Good morning, YouTube. Captain Paul, and today I want to talk for a minute about the services that I provide, because in my opinion, and I want to hear your comments down below, you could say that I'm some type of a dream facilitator. Anyway, let's dive into it and let's talk about what I do and how I help people with their boating experience. All right, so what I'm doing today, just out of curiosity, is I've got my Blackstone samples kits, and I'm going to pull oil samples and change the oils on the main today, and then we'll pull the oil samples on the gears as well today. That is my main goal, and I just found out that I have to this line right here, which goes down the dipstick, which extracts the oil out of the engine, but this is too thick and I can't get it through the end, so I've got to go buy an extension that goes into that little tube right there and makes it a little bit smaller. So that's something I've got to run and go do. So what do I do? The big things that I do is yacht training. That is probably the number one thing that I do. I take other people that are buying boats and are new to the boating industry and want to learn how to drive and do America's Great Loop or the Bahamas or, you know, Panama Canal, the whatever, Alaska, whatever, it doesn't matter. They want to learn how to drive their boat, operate it, and do it efficiently. They can gain 10 years of knowledge in a matter of a week's time just by being with a captain with that kind of experience that can help them through that kind of stuff. So number one thing I do is yacht training. Number two, yacht consulting. What I do, I am not a yacht broker, I'm a consultant. I talk to people on a daily basis. Every day I'm on the phone with at least 5 or 6 people talking about their yachting dreams and what makes them happy. And I charge an hourly rate, but not all the time. Most of my consulting is free. And the reason is because as we get into the deal, where I make my money is the training, going out to the boat, maybe selling, helping them sell the boat after they're done with it. There's a lot of different ways that I make money off of it. So a lot of the consulting is, you know, somebody calls me and just randomly asks me, hey, what's the best solar system to put on my boat? I'll tell them what I've done in the past, and with my experience of the 5 solar systems that I put on, I don't charge for that. I don't charge, you know, if a guy, especially, you know, he's buying a boat and we're looking at the boat and, you know, every 15 minutes, you know, I just don't do it. Where I start really making the money is after the purchase or during the purchase, you know, and just looking at the buck values and stuff like that. And about every third one, I'll bill out $50 for consulting. But, you know, that first initial one, absolutely free. And a lot of them are just absolutely free. Then the next thing I do is the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel actually makes money. And now we run, my daughter's running the store and she's running the management of the actual channel. And it actually makes money. So, and it actually makes more money than you might think. So it's a couple $1,000s a month, but everything adds up, you know, and so you're making a couple $1,000s here, and you make, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 here. You make once in a while we do get involved in a boat deal. There's a lot of different ways that we've made money in the past. I sit on the board of a nonprofit, and this is for boating. It's for help for people, you know, that don't know boating, and we come in and we help them and guide them in the right directions of who you know, that they should be hiring. I also do project management, so you saw a lot of that on the big Hatteras, the 65 LRC. I jumped in that throughout the whole time that boat was being worked on. I was involved in it, and I didn't bill out every single day, but I would do like you know, an hour here, 2 hours here, 3 hours here. And then throughout the month, I bill out 1 day every month, but I would be on it, you know, every chance that I got, talking to the vendors, going through that, and sometimes it was just a phone call and stuff like that. So anyway, project management is a huge one. That's what I did in my prior life. I was a trade show business. I was a rental manager for the entire company, but I also project managed my own projects. And I started out in project management. Once I got out of the shop and into the office, That's what I was. I was officially a project manager there. I also, when I was younger, I went to, this was when I was 19, out of high school, I went to diesel mechanics school, and I got a degree in diesel mechanics. And then I've learned electrician, because I do a lot of inverters and a lot of battery setups, a lot of solar systems. And so I will get consulting fees on those, and sometimes I'll go out and I'll help them with my daily rate, put the solar system together. I'll have them get all the parts. Then I show up for the day or two that it takes for the install, and then they'll pay for my time in, they'll pay for my time out, and my time that I'm there. And then we'll get these systems done. There's videos in the past where I've done that several times. Or even, just hooking up inverters or electrical. I'm probably getting lately I've been really efficient with my electrical because I've done so much, especially on the Hatteras. Even this boat right here, the 4788 Bayliner that I'm on, does not have an inverter, so we're going to hook an inverter up, and I just know what parts to order. I know how to hook it up. And then we're going to add another battery to it to give it a little bit of capacity. It won't have great capacity because we're just using regular interstate house 8D batteries on it. So, but you can go out on a picnic for 4 hours and enjoy everything except air conditioners. But they'll be able to run the refrigerator. And even when we're like running down the coastal there, when we were running the Honda generator, we'll be able to run everything off of the inverter except the air conditioners, hot water heater, any of the big appliances. And when the engines are running, it won't really matter because you got the alternators charging the batteries. So anyway, these are all projects that I work on, and I usually do those with the owners. Like you saw me move this boat. I was on it for 19 days. I was on it probably 5 days before we left for that 19-day trip, working on the boat. We put a new washer dryer in it. Just getting the boat ready to go was probably a 4 or 5 day ordeal. And then I spent 19 days on it, going down the river system from Lake Erie to Homeport Marina. And then after that, we got it here. Now it needs oil changes. I'll take them over to the boatyard. I'll introduce them to Gator. I will, just go through the whole routine of what's going to happen here and make sure that the boat is serviced and do whatever they want. If they want to sell it, we'll find them a broker. If they want to, and just kind of guide them along. If they want to keep the boat, keep moving on, and they want to go complete America's Great Loop, we'll give them our recommendations for, possibly putting another captain on with him, because he's definitely, Mike's going to need some more training. And I don't think I'll ever be able to leave him fully alone. He'll always need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of help, just because his personal situation. So, and every situation is different. You just got to adapt and grow, and you learn, like every day, we're learning and growing. And same thing on a boat, and I think it keeps us young. So anyway, these are all ways that the channel makes money, and I can't say thank you enough. I can't give enough gratitude for all the people and all the support that I get on the channel. And I'm gonna just keep going, and I leave for Rome, and then we go. I'm going to just spend a couple days there. I've wanted to go see the cathedral for so long now that I just and the churches, and just go down there. And I also do it for another reason, is because my next big goal and big challenge is I want to cross an ocean. So when I go to these different places, I try and go to the ports, and then I try and look around me just so I have a visual of what I'm coming into with these different challenges and stuff like that, and different adventures. So it always, I'm always curious to see them. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys. And if anybody needs any help with any part of boating, just call me, man. From helping you get insurance to the surveyor. Insurance has become probably one of the biggest topics right now in the industry. And then slip rents. What do you do after you buy the boat? Are you going to be an anchor? Are you going to be go into the slip? Are you going to what are you going to do? With your boating, and are you going to do America's Great Loop and then sell the boat? Are you going to go to the Bahamas, the Exumas, wherever you're going to go, whatever challenges you're going to do aboard your boat, having somebody actually, believe it or not, it saves them money in the end. And they're getting to these certain situations where, I can't save people from themselves, but I can try and do the best and help them make good, wise decisions. I always tell them I'm the guy on the shoulder right here. I'm going to be, I don't want to be negative all the time. I want to be positive, but sometimes, this boat industry is a pretty brutal, and it'll hand you some real life lessons very, very quickly, because it's just gotten so expensive and so out of control. And one of the things I'm going to finish this video up with is, over the especially this last year, you really start to see that separation between rich and poor. And I haven't seen that in the boating. So where people were just doing it, not so much anymore. So anyway, peace out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And man, like I said, I'll say it over and over again. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great day. And remember, live life with no regret. I do.